stuck in the darkest hard times, feeling crushed and ready to quit. In this video, grab the exact 12-chapter blueprint to push through any storm and come out unbreakable. Welcome to Audiobook Journey, where we deliver self-improvement masterclasses as free audiobooks. You'll discover how to unearth your unbreakable why, stack tiny wins for massive momentum, and forge iron discipline that turns pain into power. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Then use the timestamps below to jump into any of the 12 chapters now. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine standing at the edge of a raging storm. Winds howl like wild beasts, tearing at your clothes, rain lashes your face, and thunder cracks the sky open. Your heart pounds, legs tremble, but deep inside a quiet fire flickers, unseen, unbreakable. That's you, right now, on the brink of your hardest trial. You've felt it before, the weight of loss, the sting of failure, the endless nights when hope feels like a distant memory. But what if I told you this storm isn't here to destroy you? It's forging you. Welcome to this journey. Together, we'll push through the darkness, ignite that inner fire, and emerge stronger than you ever dreamed. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Unwelcome Shadow. Imagine this. You're walking through a familiar forest path at dusk, the kind where sunlight filters through leaves, like golden promises. Birds sing softly, your steps feel light, and ahead lies the warmth of home. Then, without warning, the sky splits open. A shadow descends. Not a cloud, but something alive, coiling around your ankles, whispering doubts into your ears. It presses on your chest until breath comes shallow, and every tree twists into a barrier. This is how hard times arrive, not with a polite knock, but a thunderous invasion that strips away the world you knew. You've felt it, haven't you? That moment when life tilts, and suddenly you're not the walker anymore, you're the one lost in the dark. Right now, in this very breath, we're staring into that shadow together, and here's the truth that will change everything. This darkness isn't your enemy. It's the doorway to your greatest strength. Hard times are the great equalizers. They don't care if you're a CEO in a glass tower or a dreamer scraping by in a small apartment. They crash through walls of wealth, status, or charm, leaving you raw and exposed. I remember a man named Elias, a quiet carpenter whose hands built homes for others, but couldn't hold his own family together when illness struck. One rainy evening, the call came. His wife, gone in an instant. The workshop fell silent. Tools gathered dust. He sat on the floor amid wood shavings, the shadow wrapping him so tight he forgot how to stand. We all have our Elias moments. Jobs vanishing like smoke, relationships fracturing like glass, dreams crumbling under unseen weight. These aren't punishments, they're invitations. Invitations to meet yourself, truly, for the first time. The foundation of pushing through begins here, in the heart of acceptance. Not the weak-kneed resignation that whispers defeat, but a fierce, unblinking embrace. Picture a lighthouse keeper during a gale. Waves smash the rocks below. Wind screams defiance. Yet he doesn't flee the tower. He stands firm, beam cutting through the chaos, guiding ships home. That's you. Acceptance means turning toward the storm, not away. It means saying, I see you, shadow. I feel your cold grip, and I choose to stand. Why does this matter? Because resistance fuels exhaustion. When you fight the pain, you waste your fire on ghosts. But when you welcome it, something shifts. The shadow loses its terror. It becomes a teacher, etching lines of wisdom into your soul. Let me take you deeper. There's a quiet power in this surrender, one rooted in the rhythm of life itself. Think of the mighty oak in winter, bare branches clawing the sky, roots buried in frozen earth. It doesn't rage against the frost. It waits, drawing strength from depths unseen. Spring always comes, but only because it endured the strip down. Your hard times are that winter. They peel away the unnecessary, the illusions of control, the fragile egos we cling to. What's left? Pure essence. The resilient core that whispers, "You are enough." Science echoes this ancient wisdom. Researchers in emotional resilience, like those studying post-traumatic growth, find that people who lean into suffering, acknowledging it fully, emerge with expanded capacity for joy, empathy, and purpose. It's not magic, it's biology meeting bravery. Your brain rewires under pressure, forging neural pathways of steel when you stop running. Now breathe with me. Inhale the weight of your current shadow. Is it financial ruin pressing like an anvil? Loneliness echoing in empty rooms? Health betraying the body you trusted? Exhale denial. Let it go. Feel the space it creates, not emptiness, but possibility. This is radical honesty. Speak it aloud if you can. This is my reality right now. It hurts. It scares me. And I am still here. Those words aren't weakness. They're your first weapon. They disarm the shadow's greatest lie, that you're powerless. In truth, you're the observer, the one who chooses how long the darkness reigns. Let me share a story that lives in my bones. Years ago, I walked through my own abyss. A betrayal shattered my world. Trust I'd built over decades, gone in a single revelation. Nights blurred into days of numb wandering. The shadow told me to curl up, to let bitterness root deep. But one dawn, staring at my reflection in a rain-streaked window, I chose differently. I named the pain, loss, rage, fear. I sat with it like an old friend, not a foe. No rushing to fix, no desperate distractions, just presence. And in that stillness, a spark flickered. Clarity emerged. I saw not just the wound, but the warrior it was awakening. That choice, to embrace, rebuilt me stronger, with boundaries of iron and a heart wide open. You have that spark too. It's waiting for your yes. This acceptance isn't passive. It's the soil where action takes root. Without it, every push forward is frantic flailing, draining your spirit. With it, energy flows freely. You move not against the shadow, but through it, carrying its lessons like hidden treasure. Consider the river, carving canyons. It doesn't smash rocks. It flows around, under, over, persistent, patient, transformative. Hard times shape you the same way. They hollow out shallowness, deepen your capacity to feel, to love, to endure. Friends, this is the foundation. In the unwelcome shadow, find your footing. Claim it as sacred ground. As we linger here, notice the subtle shift. The shadow that once smothered now outlines your form, defining your edges with stark beauty. You've taken the first step, not by escaping pain, but by honoring it. This awareness alone stirs something ancient within, a quiet knowing that you're built for more. But acceptance is just the door. Beyond it lies purpose, the anchor that holds when waves rage highest. What if I told you that purpose isn't found in easy times, but forged in this very darkness? Turn the page with me. In the next chapter, we'll unearth your deepest why, the fire that pulls you forward when everything screams to stop. Chapter 2, Unearth Your Why. Picture a vast, churning ocean at midnight, waves towering like ancient giants, crashing with relentless fury. A single ship pitches wildly, sails torn, crew battered against the rails. Captain stands at the helm, salt stinging his eyes, death's whisper in every gust. But he doesn't scream at the storm or curse the sea. He grips the wheel, eyes fixed on a distant light, home port, family waiting with open arms. That light is his why. In this moment, right here with you, feel the deck beneath your feet. Your storm rages too, and deep inside, buried under fear and fatigue, your own light flickers, waiting to be unearthed. This isn't poetry, it's survival. Grab the shovel. We're digging now. Your why is the invisible force that turns victims into victors. It's not a vague hope or fleeting wish. It's the raw, pulsating reason that makes you claw through concrete if needed. Without it, hard times become quicksand, sucking you under with every struggle. With it, they become the forge that tempers your steel. I've seen it transform lives. Meet Lena, a teacher in a forgotten town, widowed young with 2 kids and a mountain of debt. Nights, she'd rock her babies while creditors pounded the door. Despair knocked too, but she asked the question that changed everything. For who or what must I rise? The answer burned clear, her children's laughter echoing in future years, their chants at a world without her chains. That why pulled her from bed each dawn into extra shifts, late-night classes for skills that paid more. Today, her kids thrive in college. Her home stands debt-free. Your why holds that power. It's personal, primal, yours alone. Let's make this real for you. Pause the world for 10 minutes. Find paper, a voice recorder, anything to capture truth. Ask fiercely, what pulls at my soul? Who needs me unbroken? What dream refuses to die? Don't settle for surface answers like money or happiness. Dig to the marrow. Is it the father's voice coaching his daughter through her first heartbreak? The artist's hand steadying to paint the masterpiece that heals a generation? The healer's resolve to mend bodies when her own aches? My why emerged in my own midnight sea, after a career imploded, leaving me adrift in silence. I saw faces like yours, lost in their storms, needing a voice to say, "You can." That vision gripped me. It wasn't ego, it was duty, woven into my bones. Yours waits the same way, fierce, unyielding, alive. This unearthing isn't selfish navel-gazing, it's sacred strategy. Your brain craves meaning. Feed it, and resilience surges. Neuroscientists mapping motivation show that purpose activates the ventral striatum, flooding you with drive even under duress. It's why soldiers charge impossible hills, not for glory, but for brothers left behind. Why prisoners in iron cages penned symphonies of the soul. Purpose overrides pain signals, turning "I can't" into "watch me, feel that." It's chemistry meeting conviction. In hard times, when body screams quit and mind echoes it, your why becomes the override code. Whisper it like a battle cry. For my family, for my unclaimed potential, for the man I'll become. Watch exhaustion retreat. Imagine a miner in pitch-black tunnels, lanterns sputtering, walls closing in. Panic tempts him to claw backward, but he remembers gold veins ahead, a future secured for his bloodline. One swing, then another. That's you mining your why. It might surface bruised, tied to past promises, half-forgotten passions, or futures you barely dare dream. Polish it, make it vivid, see it, hear it, touch it. For me, it's voices rising from despair, stories shared around fires of recovery. Yours might be a lover's hand in yours at 80, stories of your triumphs filling grandkids' eyes, or a cause burning hot, ending cycles of poverty that scarred you. This isn't fantasy, it's fuel. Hard times test it, refine it, make it unbreakable. Let me pull back the curtain on how this shifts everything. Without why, actions scatter like leaves in wind, frantic, fruitless. With it, every step aligns. The single parent skips the bar, studies instead. The entrepreneur rejects surrender, pivots through bankruptcy. I knew a veteran Tom, limbs lost to war, shadow of purposelessness devouring him. In VA halls echoing with ghosts, he asked the question, answer, mentor young recruits, pass the fire that saved him. Today he runs camps, rebuilding warriors' spirits. His why didn't erase scars, it gave them meaning. Yours will do the same. It's the compass when maps fail, the North Star piercing fog. Breathe it in now, that pull in your chest. That's your why stirring, stretching after long sleep. Write it down, speak it aloud. Let it echo. This storm bows to my purpose. Feel the shift from reactive survivor to directed force. Hard times lose their monopoly on your story. They become chapters in an epic you author. This unearthing plants the seed of momentum, but seeds need soil to sprout. Tiny actions, stacked like bricks, build the wall against chaos. What happens when you pair your why with steps so small they defy defeat? That's our path next. Turn with me to Chapter 3, where we harness the magic of tiny wins, the quiet builders of unbreakable momentum. Chapter 3, the power of tiny wins. Envision a colossal mountain, its peak lost in swirling mist, jagged cliffs mocking every climber who dares. You've stared at it for days, muscles screaming from failed ascents, spirit fracturing under the weight of impossible. Then, a whisper cuts the wind. Forget the summit, place 1 foot forward. Just one. Feel the gravel shift beneath. That's your first win. In this instant, as your own mountain looms, debts, doubts, dreams deferred. Hear me clearly, greatness isn't forged in leaps, but in these invisible steps, the ones so small they seem laughable, yet they stack silently into empires. Right now you're not overwhelmed. You're one breath from momentum. Let's claim it. Tiny wins are the secret architecture of resilience. When hard times paralyze with their scale, the mind locks up, vision narrowing to defeat. But micro-actions bypass that trap. They trick the brain into motion, releasing dopamine in gentle waves that build to a torrent. It's not about heroics, it's precision engineering for the soul. Consider Maria, a nurse burned out in the chaos of a pandemic ward. Shifts blurred into nightmares, exhaustion carving hollows under her eyes. The mountain, quitting or breaking, her first tiny win, fold 1 towel with deliberate care before clocking in. Then smile at 1 patient. Log 1 grateful breath. By week's end, she'd reclaimed her nights for sleep, her heart for healing. Those crumbs became her feast. Tiny wins don't diminish the mountain. They make you the force that erodes it. Pause here with me. Feel the paralysis in your chest. The to-do list like a hydra. Every head sprouting 2 more. Science illuminates the path. Behavioral psychologists reveal that small, achievable goals activate the basal ganglia, your brain's habit engine. One study from University College London tracked smokers quitting cold turkey versus those taking just 1 less cigarette daily. The microgroup succeeded at triple the rate. Why? Momentum compounds. Each win rewires doubt into trust. I did that. I can do the next. Yours start now, not overhaul my life. No, drink this glass of water fully present. Stand and stretch for 30 seconds. Laugh if it feels trivial. That's the point. Triviality disarms resistance. Let this sink deep. Imagine seeds scattered on barren soil. One doesn't bloom overnight. It cracks open, roots probing darkness. First shoot piercing crust. Neglect it, and nothing. 10 daily, a drop of water, ray of sun, and soon a forest stands. Your life is that soil. Hard times the drought, tiny winds are your watering can. I lived this truth during a season of fracture, when creative drought left me staring at blank pages, self-worth evaporating, the mountain rebuild or fade. First win, write one sentence. Imperfect, raw. Next day, two. No pressure for brilliance. Just consistency. Weeks later, chapters flowed. A book born. Not from epiphany, but accumulation. You hold that power. List 3 tinies right now. Bed made. Shoes laced for a walk. One kind word sent. Execute. Feel the alchemy. Defeat yielding to quiet triumph. Deeper still, these wins cultivate a sacred rhythm. They honor your humanity, finite energy, tender limits, while expanding capacity. The overwhelmed warrior doesn't charge blindly. He advances measured, each step a victory claimed. Picture ancient pilgrims on the Camino, thousands of miles to Santiago. Not sprints, but daily miles, blisters to badges, each rest, each meal, each vista, a win savored. Hard times demand this pilgrimage mindset. Track yours in a journal, not for posterity, but presence. Today, mess cleared from table. Win. The act etches grooves of capability. Resistance fades as proof mounts. Your mountain, though vast, crumbles grain by grain. Reflect on the ripple. One tiny win begets kin. The bedmaker cooks breakfast. The walker plans tomorrow's route. Maria, our nurse, didn't stop at towels. She led team huddles, sparking revival in her unit. Tom's veteran camps from Chapter 2. Born from one call to a struggling soldier, your ripples touch unseen shores. Family steadied, communities lifted. This isn't self-help fluff, it's physics. Newton's first law, objects in motion stay in motion, initiate yours. When shadows taunt too big, counter with evidence. I moved today. Momentum silences them. Breathe into this truth. Your hands tingle with possibility. No more waiting for perfect conditions. Tiny wins thrive in mess. The perfect soil for growth. You've stacked your first. Feel the warmth spreading. That's your engine humming. But motion alone falters without fuel. What ignites the body when mind wavers, turning steps into strides? Join me in Chapter 4, where we awaken the primal fire within your flesh. The physical surge that carries you when will alone whispers retreat. Chapter 4. Harness the body's fire. Feel the ground tremble beneath you. A primal drum beats in your chest. Thud, thud, thud. Like war drums calling ancestors to battle. Sweat beads on your skin. Muscles coil like springs forged in Earth's core. Breath rips through lungs like wildfire consuming dry brush. This isn't fantasy. It's your body awakening. The ancient engine roaring to life amid the siege of hard times. Right now, as despair chains your spirit to the floor, your flesh holds the key to freedom. Ignore it, and you wither. Ignite it, and chains shatter. We're not talking gym memberships or marathons. This is raw, immediate fire. Your birthright. Stand. Move. Burn through the night with me. Your body isn't a prison for the mind. It's the mind's fiercest ally. Hard times flood you with stress hormones, cortisol surging like poison, freezing joints, clouding thoughts, turning you to stone. But motion reverses the curse. It pumps endorphins, nature's elixir, flushing toxins, sharpening focus, lifting the veil of fog. This is no new age whisper, it's etched in your biology. When the mountain from Chapter 3 looms, tiny mental winds spark the flame, but your body fans it to inferno. Picture Javier, a factory worker whose line shut down, leaving him jobless in a city of rusting dreams. Gaze bled into couch-bound stupor, belly swelling with despair's weight. One evening, rage boiled over. He punched the air, shadow-boxed his living room, sweat pooling on cracked linoleum. Next dawn, neighborhood lapse. Months later, retrained, employed, unbreakable. His body led, his life followed. Let's ground this in your pulse. Right where you sit or stand, tension knots your shoulders like ropes, binding a captive. Science stands sentinel. Harvard's landmark studies prove just 20 minutes of movement daily slashes depression markers by 30%. Your hippocampus, the brain's memory and mood center, grows new cells. Mitochondria in muscles multiply, churning energy from chaos. No equipment needed. Clench fists, release, rise, squat low, explode up, march in place, arms carving arcs through air. Feel it, blood surges, shadows retreat. This is alchemy, pain transmuted to power. During my own forge fire, when words failed and isolation clawed, I danced alone, wild, unscripted, to silent rhythms. Joints protested, then praised. Clarity flooded. Your body craves this rebellion against inertia. Deeper into the mystery, movement reconnects you to the eternal rhythm. Think of gazelles on savanna, fleeing lions not from fear alone, but instinctual surge, or shamans in ancient circles, trance dancing to summon spirits. Your hard times are the lion, your body the gazelle's leap. It bypasses overthinking, drops you into flow state where time bends and strength multiplies. Experiment now, 10 jumping jacks, breath synced to motion. Notice the shift. Heart opens, mind quiets, spirit stirs. Javier didn't stop at laps. He lifted neighbors' spirits too. Group runs birthing community. One body's fire kindles many. Yours ripples the same. Family witnesses your rise. Doubts dissolve in your stride. This fire demands reverence, not punishment. Hard times tempt overkill. Punishing runs till collapse, but true harnessing honors limits. Listen to breath. Ragged means rest. Steady means surge. Hydrate as ritual, stretch as prayer. Fuel with whole foods, earth's gifts, not processed chains. Sleep becomes sacred. 8 hours rebuilding the temple. I learned this carving paths through grief's thicket, dawn yoga on dew-kissed grass, poses flowing like river over stones. Not for vanity, but vitality. Energy compounded, so did will. Your temple awaits tending, neglect, invites collapse. Nurture, births, endurance. Witness the transformation's arc. Sedentary surrender yields to vital command. The once slumped figure stands tall, eyes clear, decisions crisp. Studies from the American Journal of Psychiatry track trauma survivors. Those layering movement atop therapy reclaim joy 40% faster. It's the bridge from survival to thriving. Feel your skin hum. That's cellular memory awakening, ancestral strength pulsing through veins. No more spectator to your suffering. You're the alchemist now. Sweat your philosopher's stone. Breathe fire into lungs. Exhale stagnation. You've harnessed the blaze. It warms. It propels. Tiny winds gain velocity. Purpose finds legs. But fire unchecked devours. What guards the flame when inner voices sabotage, turning ally to foe? Step with me into Chapter 5, where we silence the cruel whispers and forge a dialogue of unyielding power, the voice that commands your destiny. Chapter 5. Rewrite your inner dialogue. Listen close. A venomous serpent coils in the shadows of your mind, fangs dripping poison words. You're broken. Give up. This is your end. Its hiss echoes louder in hard times, twisting every effort into failure, every hope into ash. But in this breath, draw your sword. That voice isn't you. It's an imposter, born of old wounds, fed by fear. Right now, as its grip tightens around your throat, declare war. We're not silencing it with force. We're rewriting its script, word by fiery word. Feel the blade sharpen in your hand. The battle for your soul begins within. Your inner dialogue is the unseen architect of reality. It narrates your days, sculpts your choices, summons or slays your strength. In storms of hardship, it defaults to sabotage, replaying past falls, amplifying present pains, forecasting doom. This isn't random cruelty. It's a protective glitch, wired from childhood scoldings, societal echoes, failures etched deep. But neuroplasticity hands you the chisel thoughts, repeated, carve new grooves in your brain. Positive ones build highways of resilience, toxic ones dead-end traps. Rewriting liberates you from automatic defeat, turning monologue into manifesto. Meet Clara, a young architect whose designs and dreams shattered when her firm collapsed in economic freefall. Mornings brought the serpent, talentless fraud. Start over? Impossible. She fought back, not with denial, but declaration. I've built before. I build again. Daily recordings, mirror confrontations. 6 months, new firm, bolder blueprints. Her voice led the resurrection. Step into this power now. Identify the serpent signatures, those looping phrases that choke progress. I always fail. No one cares. Too late for me. Catch them mid-strike, like a hawk snaring prey. Label them old story, not truth. Then craft the counter-strike. Specific, sensory, rooted in evidence. I've risen from worse. My effort matters. Today, I advance 1 brick. Speak it aloud, eyes locked on your reflection. Feel the vibration shift. This isn't affirmation fluff. It's neural reprogramming. fMRI scans reveal. Repeated positive self-talk lights up the prefrontal cortex, your executive command center, shrinking amygdala fear responses by up to 20%. Your brain bends to repetition, forging optimism from intention. Deeper, this rewrite taps ancestral wisdom. Imagine cave dwellers around flickering fires, chanting survival songs to steel against beasts. Your dialogue is that chant, modern medicine for the spirit. During my shadowed valley, when trust's betrayal left me voiceless, the serpent mocked, unworthy, silent forever. I countered with ritual, dawn whispers building to roars. I speak truth, I claim space. Words became weapons, rebuilding my narrative from rubble. You inherit this craft. Personalize it, tie to your why from chapter 2. Fuel with body's fire from before. For my children's future, I stand tall. The serpent starves on truth's light. Layer in vivid ritual. Morning mirror work. 3 truths declared. Hand on heart. Evening review. Wins voiced. Lessons owned. Record and playback. Hear your authority grow. Clara layered visuals. Sketched her phoenix firm rising. Narrated its triumph daily. Serpent fled. Vision solidified. This builds sovereignty. Hard times test it. Bills mounting. Rejections stinging. But rewritten dialogue reframes. Opportunity sharpening my edge. Not naive, strategic. Studies from cognitive behavioral therapy pioneers show 70% mood elevation in 8 weeks for practitioners. Your weeks start today. Witness the metamorphosis. The hunched listener straightens, voice steadying, actions aligning, ripples spread, kinder words to loved ones, bolder risks in work. The architect who inspired Clara now mentors a circle, voices multiplying. Your rewrite seeds a chorus. Feel the quiet thunder, that's power, consolidating. Serpents hiss to heroes' hymn. Breathe authority now. Chest expands. Serpent recoils. You've seized the narrative. It propels you. But solo battles wear thin. What amplifies your voice into unbreakable chorus? Walk with me to Chapter 6, where we summon your invisible army, the tribe that turns solitary struggle into shared triumph. Chapter 6. Build your invisible army. Hear the echo of a lone wolf's howl piercing the frozen night. Bodies spent, trail lost in endless white. Then, faint but fierce, answers rise. Packmates bounding through drifts, eyes gleaming with shared resolve. Together they circle, warm breath mingling, strength multiplying in unity's embrace. You're that wolf right now, hard times blizzard blinding you to the truth. Isolation is the deadliest lie, but invisible threads connect you to legions, seen and unseen, who stand ready. Reach out your paw, feel the fur brush yours. Your army assembles in this moment. No more solitary freeze. We're summoning the circle now. Your invisible army is the living web of support that turns fragile sparks into raging bonfires. Hard times whisper, handle it alone, breeding shame that chains you tighter. But humans thrive in tribes. It's etched in our DNA from savannah hunts to modern boardrooms. Connection releases oxytocin, the bonding balm that buffers cortisol's blade, per groundbreaking work from UCLA's social neuroscience labs. Lean in, and endurance doubles. Isolation halves lifespan odds. This army isn't saviors, they're mirrors, amplifiers, witnesses to your rise. Enter Diego, a chef whose restaurant empire crumbled in lockdown silence. Pots cold, savings evaporating, he retreated to his apartment cave. One desperate text to an old line cook, drowning, talk. That sparked a chain. Virtual kitchen nights, recipe swaps, investor intros from forgotten contacts. Months later, food truck fleet rolling. His army didn't cook the meals, they kept the fire lit. Make it yours today. Scan your horizon, the sibling who's weathered your storms before, the co-worker with quiet wisdom, online forums pulsing with fellow warriors. Vulnerability is the key, not weakness, but the bold act of naming your battle. I'm sinking under this weight. Your voice would steady me. Text it, call it, post it. Fear of rejection, its illusion, true souls honor raw truth. I forged mine amid personal wreckage, when alliances frayed and silence screamed. First reach, a distant friend, met with, "I've got you," then a mentor circle, weekly Zooms weaving safety nets. Strangers became sentinels. Your first outreach plants the flag. Watch responses flood, texts lighting your screen like stars emerging at dusk. Deeper, this army weaves spiritual sinew. Picture ancient clans around hearthfires, stories shared forging unbreakable bonds. Elders passed not just lore but lifelines. Your modern hearth, shared playlists of survival songs, prayer chains across miles, accountability pacts whispered in dawn light. Diego's crew evolved. Mastermind walks trading scars for strategies, celebrations marking micro milestones. Science affirms. Harvard's 85-year grant study reveals relationships, not wealth or fame, as the top predictor of long-term health and happiness. Your army is longevity's forge, cultivated deliberately. Weekly check-ins, gratitude notes sent like arrows of light. Your words pulled me from the edge today. Honor, reciprocity. Give as you receive. The strongest armies thrive on mutual fire. Share your tiny wins from Chapter 3. Your bodies blaze from before. Become the voice for another's dark hour. This alchemy transforms takers into titans. During my assembly, offering guidance to a struggling artist mirrored my own healing, her breakthroughs fueling mine. Circles tighten, power surges. Hard times test these bonds. Nurture weeds out the frail, burnishes the true. Feel the shift. Solitude's chill yields to communal warmth. Your steps surer on shared ground. Witness the cascade. The isolated soul blooms into network nexus, job leads surfacing, ideas cross-pollinating, laughter reclaiming evenings. Diego's trucks now host community feasts, feeding his army back. Ripples circle outward, birthing movements. Your outreach seeds the same families steadied, strangers lifted. Oxytocin flows bidirectional, wounds closing faster. No more lone wolf myth. Your pack prime now, howl, answered manifold. Breathe, belonging now. Chest lightens, armies pulse syncing with yours. You've built the circle, it holds you unyielding, but endless charge drains even legions. What restores the warrior when frenzy threatens fracture? Journey with me to Chapter 7, where we master the sacred art of pause, the breath that refuels your unbreakable advance. Chapter 7. Master the art of pause. Watch a master archer on the battlefield. Arrow nocked, enemy horde thundering near. Chaos roars, swords clash, dust chokes the air. But he freezes time. Breath slows to eternity. Muscles steel yet serene. Gaze piercing the fray. Release. The shot finds heart. That's pause, not cowardice, but the lethal precision that wins wars. Right now, in your relentless grind through hard times, frenzy claws at your edges, threatening shatter. Stop. This breath is your bowstring drawn. We're mastering pause, the sacred halt that doesn't halt you, but hurls you forward unbreakable. Draw deep. Aim true. Fire. Pause is the warrior's hidden blade, slicing burnout before it strikes. Hard times demand constant charge. Your army from Chapter 6 rallies, body fires, inner voice commands, but endless motion grinds bones to dust. Science names it. Chronic stress shrinks your prefrontal cortex, decision makers supreme, while pauses rebuild it. Dr. Andrew Wowell's 4-7-8 breath alone drops heart rate 15 beats in minutes, activating parasympathetic restoration. This isn't lazy retreat, it's tactical genius. Rivers carve grand canyons not by raging floods, but rhythmic ebbs carving deep. Your life flows the same, push, then pause, etching destiny's groove. Meet Sophia, a single entrepreneur whose startup teetered on collapse. Deadlines devouring nights. She pushed till vision blurred, errors mounting like graves. One breakdown night she halted 5 minutes, eyes closed, breath ritual. Clarity dawned, deals closed. Her pauses birthed empire. Claim this now. Wherever you are, card, couch, chaos, practice. Inhale 4 counts through nose, filling belly then chest. Hold 7, world fading. Exhale 8 through mouth, purging tension like smoke. 4 rounds. Feel the alchemy. Nervous system shifts from fight, flight to rest, digest. Cortisol plunging, creativity surging. Do it 4 times daily. Dawn awakening, midday pivot, dusk, unwind, midnight seal. This rhythm honors your finite flesh, infinite spirit. I wove it through my tempests, when words warred with weariness. Pre-meeting pauses steadied my pitch. Post-loss breaths mended fractures. Sophia layered hers. Pause-woven walks in urban wilds, feet sinking to breath, ideas looming unbidden. Deeper, pause unveils the soul's quiet chamber. Ancient mystics knew. Zen archers, yogic sages, stillness births insight where motion muddies. Hard times amplify noise. Pause carves signal. Imagine a stormy sea, Waves battering cliffs. Beneath, tide pools teem with life unseen. Your mind's the sea, pause. The pool revealing treasures, intuitions flashing, memories healing, next steps crystallizing. Journal in these sanctuaries, not lists but whispers, cakeshot. Sophia's pauses birth pivot strategies, partnerships forged in calm's forge. Yours will too. Neglect them, and even iron armies rust. Embrace, and they shine eternal. This mastery demands intention, not accident. Set anchors, phone alarms as temple bells, sticky notes as sacred summons. Pause before reactivity. Emails igniting anger, arguments brewing. Count to 8. Breathe. Respond from center. Studies from mindfulness research at Massachusetts General show practitioners gain 20% sharper focus, 30% less emotional volatility. Your volatility. Tamed. During team crises in my circles, my pauses modeled poise, contagion spreading, collective strength soaring. Feel the ripple. Personal pause elevates tribes. Witness. Pauses quiet revolution. The frantic pacer slows to purposeful stride, face serene amid storm. Sophia's company now mandates pause hours. Productivity soaring 40%. Ripples heal worlds, children mimicking calm breaths. Workplaces breathing easier. You've mastered the art. It flows through you now, motion refined by stillness. Breathe. Restoration. Lungs expand. Pauses gift pulsing. Army fortified, fire sustained. But pauses reveal truths. Hard times, hidden curriculum waiting extraction. Turn the page with me to Chapter 8, where we mine wisdom from ashes, transforming scars into your sharpest sword. Chapter 8. Learn from the ashes. Behold a vast forest after cataclysmic blaze, charred trunks clawing blackened sky, earth scorched to brittle crust, silence swallowing bird song, devastation absolute. Yet stir the soil, and emerald shoots pierce through, roots drinking deep from nutrient-rich ruin, stronger, denser, fireproof. That's you in hard times' aftermath. Right now, sifting your own ashes, failed ventures, shattered trusts, dreams reduced to embers. See not endings but the fertile bed of rebirth. This isn't loss, it's laboratory. Grab the sieve. We're extracting gold from grief, forging wisdom that outlives flames. Breathe the smoke, rise, renew. Learning from ashes is the alchemist's craft, transmuting suffering's dross into soul steel. Hard times incinerate illusions, leaving raw truth. What served you crumbles, what endures gleams. Without this harvest, cycles repeat. Same mistakes, deeper scars. With it, you evolve, scars becoming maps. Post-traumatic growth research from psychologists like Richard Tedeschi reveals 70% of trauma survivors report profound positive shifts. Deeper compassion, bolder purpose, crisis mastery. Your ashes hold that alchemy. Consider Ronan, a builder whose company folded in recession's jaws, debts like vultures circling his home. Rage first, then reckoning. Weekly fire-lit journals probing what broke, why, what endures. Revelations over reliance on single clients. Neglected self-care, ignored market wins. He pivoted, diversified contracts, launched coaching side hustle. Today, multiple streams flow. His counsel rebuilds others, ashes taught. He listens. Ignite your harvest now. Carve sacred time. Sunday evenings, candlelit, notebook open like oracle. 3 questions pierce the veil. What did this trial expose as false? What strength did it reveal? What one change births my next era? Be mercilessly honest. No blame, pure insight. Ronan's first entry. Pride blinded me to warnings. Action followed. Humility trainings, network rebuilds. Feel the power? This isn't rumination, it's revelation. Neuroscience confirms reflective writing activates the default mode network, integrating experiences into wisdom webs. Do it raw. Tears stain pages. Truth emerges sharper, deeper. Ashes whisper ancestral secrets. Picture shamans dancing through burned scars, gathering sacred char for healing salves. Your forebears survived famines, plagues by distilling lessons into lore. Modern you inherits the right. Scars as storytellers. During my forge season, partnership ashes revealed my blind spots. Trust misplaced, boundaries blurred. Journaling unearthed. Value your voice first. That pivot birthed authentic alliances, creative floods. Yours awaits, layer senses. Revisit the burn, smell smoke of lost job, taste bitterness of betrayal. Then alchemize. This honed my discernment. Ronan teaches apprentices now, his scars syllabus. Your harvest feeds legions. Ritualize the gleaning. Create an ashes altar. Mementos of the blaze. Bounce check. Farewell note. Arranged with gratitude stones for unearthed gems. Weekly revisit. Add new knees. Share selectively with your army from Chapter 6. Their mirrors sharpen yours. Science from narrative therapy. Shows story reframing cuts PTSD symptoms. 50%. Hard times curriculum. Customized mastery. Financial falls. Teach stewardship. Relational ruins. Forge discernment. Health collapses. Birth vitality vows. Neglect the lessons. Repeat the fire. Embrace. Become fireproof. Witness the phoenix arc. The ash-smeared wanderer stands sage. Counsel sought. Paths cleared by clarified vision. Ronan's firm. Now mentor startups. Turning collective ashes to empires. Ripples heal lineages. Children inherit wisdom, not wounds. You've gleaned your gold. It lines your veins. Decisions, diamond cut. Breathe wisdom now. Lungs fill with clarified air. Ashes transfigured. Pauses deepen. Army wiser. But gold alone gathers dust without gratitude's polish. What turns survival to soaring? Step into Chapter 9 with me, where we fuel the flame with radical gratitude, the defiant light that illuminates even midnight trials. Chapter 9, Fuel with Radical Gratitude. Stand atop a jagged cliff, at storm's furious peak, lightning fracturing heavens, waves exploding below like the god's own wrath. Everything screams loss. Home flooded, fortune swept away, body lashed raw, yet amid the fury, your eyes catch it. A single wild flower, roots gripping sen, petals defiant in the gale, not crushed but crowned by chaos. That's radical gratitude. Right now in your personal tempest bills like daggers, solitude a shroud, health fracturing, dare to spot your flower. This isn't blind optimism or denial's veil, it's rebellion. A fierce claiming of light in obliterating dark. Kneel, pluck it. Let its essence flood your veins. We're fueling the fire that outshines any storm. Radical gratitude is the outlaw's lens, reframing hell into hidden harvest. Hard times tunnel vision to lax. Money vanished, love fled, strength sapped, breeding a poverty of spirit that starves action. Gratitude flips the frame. Abundance hides in fragments, oxygenating the soul for endurance. fMRI studies from UC Davis light the proof. Daily practice boosts prefrontal activity, shrinking the brain's negativity bias by 23%, forging joy circuits amid grief. It's defiance encoded in neurons. No toxic positivity here. Name the pain, then hunt mercies. Enter a Easia, A refugee navigating war-torn escape, family scattered, arriving penniless in alien streets. Despair's jaws gaped, her ritual dawn lists of 3, shelter's roof, strangers, shared bread, child's safe breath. That fuel birthed English classes taught, community woven, business bloomed. Gratitude didn't erase scars, it turned them to soil for orchards. Ignite yours immediately. No journal needed at first. Voice it aloud, eyes scanning your space. This chair holds me. Air fills my lungs clean. Heartbeat drums on. Force it through clenched teeth if needed. Authenticity grows with reps. Ayesha, layered senses. Taste hot tea's steam. Touch blankets weave. Hear distant laughter. Morning anchor. 3 specifics before feet hit floor. Evening audit. Mercies witnessed. Feel the thaw. This rewires scarcity to sufficiency. Momentum from Chapter 3 accelerating unbidden. During my abyss, when isolation echoed like tomb walls, I grasped dawn's first light piercing blinds. Grateful for this breath to fight another day. Lists lengthened. Despair shortened. Deeper, gratitude taps the eternal pulse. Envision indigenous elders, post-famine, dancing thanks to Earth's quiet gifts. Rain's promise in parched dirt, kin's surviving hands clasped. Your lineage carries this right, suffering's sieve, revealing life's lavish undercurrent. Hard times stripped to essence. What remains? Pulse, breath, connections thread. Aisha's circle grew. Gratitude shares in huddles, multiplying oxytocin bonds with her army. Yours amplifies too. Whisper thanks to a friend from Chapter 6. Watch reciprocity bloom. Science from positive psychology's pioneers shows practitioners cut depression 35% faster, sleep deepens, immunity surges, fuel for the long haul. Ritualize fiercely. Craft a gratitude talisman, stone pocketed from your storm's edge, etched with one mercy, breath, touch it hourly, recite, pair with pauses from before, 4-7-8, breath into thanks. Ayesha's evolved community feasts, naming collective gifts, turning survivors to sages. Neglect this fuel, and even phoenixes falter. Embrace, and flames leap eternal. It polishes ashes gold from Chapter 8, inner dialogue singing psalms of plenty. See the uprising. The gratitude warrior walks taller, smiles piercing fog, drawing abundance like magnet. Aisha's enterprise now feeds hundreds, her lists laminated for students. Ripples flood streets, families fortified, strangers softened. You've claimed your fuel. It courses hot, illuminating paths unseen. Breathe, thanks now. Lungs brim with defiant light. Gratitude's blaze eternal. Ashes gleam, pauses deepen. But fuel yearns direction. What pulls this power across? Finish lines, painting futures vivid. Cross into Chapter 10 with me, where we sharpen vision's blade, visualizing horizons that make mountains mere steps. Chapter 10, visualize the horizon. Close your eyes and step to the edge of a bottomless chasm. Storm winds whipping your coat, abyss yawning black below. Fear roots your feet. Current hell behind, unknown void ahead. Then piercing fog, a golden horizon glows. Sun-kissed meadows, laughter echoing, arms embracing victory's embrace. That vision doesn't bridge the gap, it births wings. Right now, in your chasm of hard times, debts echoing, doors slamming, spirit frayed. Claim your horizon. This isn't daydream delusion. It's neural blueprinting, painting futures, so vivid, the present bends to birth them. Open your inner eyes, see it blaze. We're crossing now. Visualization is the mind's master cartographer. mapping uncharted triumphs amid terrain of trial. Hard times shrink sight to survival. Days mud, nights dread, blinding you to possibilities' vastness. But deliberate visioning activates the same brain regions as lived experience, visual cortex firing, motor planning igniting, reward centers flooding dopamine. Sports psychologists prove it. Elite athletes visualizing shots succeed 30% more than practice-alone peers. Your horizon becomes homing beacon, pulling tiny winds, body fire, gratitude's fuel into aligned force. Enter Malik, a salesman crushed by market crash, commissions dust, family eyeing eviction. Nights, he lay staring cracks in ceiling, then ritual. 10 minutes, eyes shut. Living the sale handshake firm, check signed, home secured, kids' pride beaming. Days later, calls sharpened, closes landed, horizon birthed reality. Enter your vision chamber now. Find quiet, bed, chair, breath. Steady, from Chapter 7. 5 minutes morning, 5. Paint, sensory rich. See your promotions plaque gleaming. Feel promotion's leather chair cradling you. Hear colleagues' cheers. Taste victory dinner's spice. Smell fresh opportunities ink. Tie to your why from Chapter 2. Family thriving. Legacy etched. Malik, layered scents. Cologne of success. Coffee of morning meetings. Feel the pull. This isn't wishing. It's pre-living. Brain filing as memory. Actions auto-correcting toward it. During my shadowed stretch, visions of shared stories healing multitudes replaced despair's blur. Details sharpened, voices rising, tears turning to resolve. Reality mirrored, deeper. Visualization communes with timeless dreamers. Envisioned native scouts scanning prairies for safe passage. Shamans journeying spirit realms for tribe's path. Your ancestors navigated ice ages by inner sight. Modern you reclaims. Hard times fog demands this lantern. Malik shared visions with army. Accountability amplifying group visualizations. Birthing collective breakthroughs. Your sinks too whisper horizon to a confident. Watch manifestation accelerate. Neuroscience from Cleveland Clinic shows repeated sessions thicken myelin sheaths, speeding neural highways to goals. Neglect and chasms widen, harness and bridges build unbidden. Ritualize with anchors. Vision board not pretty pictures, but talismans, key from dream home, fabric from goal wardrobe, touched during sessions. Pair with gratitude, thanks for the path unfolding. Track manifestations weekly. Visioned call returned. Malik's evolved. VR simulations of pitches. Presaging empire. It polishes ashes lessons. Inner dialogue affirming. This manifests. Horizon clarifies pauses. Directs discipline. Behold the bridge builders rise. The chasm gazer strides forward. Feet finding stones unseen. Face sunward. Malik's firm leads regions now, mentoring vision quests. Ripples span families housed, dreams catalyzed. You've mapped your horizon, it calls magnetic. Breathe vista now. Lungs swell with tomorrow's air. Vision vital, gratitude glows brighter. But maps demand discipline's march. What forges will into way? Advance to Chapter 11 with me, where we temper iron resolve, the unrelenting force that conquers any crest. Chapter 11. Forge iron discipline. Rip the anvil's edge as hammers rain down. Clang, 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 sparks flying like defiant stars. Metal glowing white-hot under relentless blows. Each strike warps the raw bar, impurities burning away. Strength crystallizing molecule by molecule. Pain sears, sweat blinds, but the smith doesn't flinch. He knows discipline isn't born soft. It's beaten into unbreakable iron. Right now, in your forge of hard times, temptations taunting, comforts calling surrender, become the smith. Your will is the bar. Hammers fall. This is the tempering that turns fragile resolve into eternal edge. Swing true. Forge begin. Iron discipline is the relentless craftsman, shaping chaos into conquest when motivation flees. Hard times erode willpower like acid on flesh. Distractions multiply, excuses bloom. Horizons from Chapter 10 blur under immediate itch. But discipline overrides, a non-negotiable covenant with your why. It's not grinding drudgery, it's sacred vow compounding tiny wins into titanic force. Behavioral science from Duke University maps it, willpower as finite muscle, yet trained daily, it expands 50% outlasting fatigue. Navy SEALs embody, embrace the suck. Cold plunges, sleep deprivation, missions through hell, discipline their unbreakable right. Yours forges the same. Meet Elena, a writer whose manuscript drowned in divorce's flood, pages scattered like her life. Bed beckoned daily. She declared war. One page, dawn, no mercy. Streak tracker, etched calendar red. Book published, bestseller born. Discipline didn't wait for feeling, it birthed it. Hammer yours now. Dawn ritual, 3 non-negotiables tied to vision. Write 500 words, run 2 miles, cold shower finish. No negotiation, even halved on hell days. Track visually chains of X's, apps chiming triumphs. Elena pinned hers to fridge. Discipline me freedom. Feel the forge heat. This builds myelin armor around habits. Per neuroscience, firing actions 30% faster subconsciously. Pair with pauses. Breathe before breach, but breach you will. During my crucible, when visions wavered under worldly weights, I vowed one outreach daily. Rain or ruin, sent. Networks exploded. Paths cleared. Your vow plants roots. No storm uproots. Deeper, discipline communes with timeless forges. Envision medieval monks in cloistered scriptoriums, quills scratching through blizzards, plagues, vows sustaining illuminations for ages, samurai waking pre-dawn for kata, blades whispering through air. Your blood remembers, hard times demand this monkish steel. Elena shared streaks with army, mutual hammers falling, group challenges, birthing unbreakable pacts. Yours amplifies, declare to one ally, hold me iron. Studies from American Psychological Association show accountability doubles adherence. Gratitude fuels strikes. Thanks for today's hammer. It tempers ashes, silences, ritualize the temper. Quench wisely. Post-discipline pauses reward, not escapes. Weekly audit. What bent? Straighten fiercer. Elena's evolved, marathon writing retreats, discipline her compass. Neglect and horizons mock from afar. Wield and summits kneel. It directs body's fire, stacks winds eternally. Behold the sword's birth. The wavering apprentice stands master smith. Blade gleaming, cuts clean through stone. Elena tours now, igniting writers' forges, ripples carve eras, generations tempered by your steel. You've forged iron, it sings in your grip. Breathe resolve now. Lungs steel with purpose. Discipline, diamond. Horizon nears. But iron alone endures alone. What eternal flame shares your temper with the world? Enter Chapter 12, with me, where we ignite the legacy flame, your rise becoming beacon for endless souls. Chapter 12, Ignite your legacy flame. Witness a single torchbearer cresting the final ridge at twilight. Flames dancing wild against encroaching night. Valley below swallowed by shadows of despair. One flicker could die in wind's howl, but he plants it firm. Fire leaps to waiting branches, igniting a chain of beacons across hills, villages, nations. light cascades, banishing collective dark. That's your legacy flame. Right now, forged through 11 chapters, crucible, shadow embraced, why unearthed, wind stacked, body ablaze, voice reclaimed, army rallied, pauses mastered, ashes mined, gratitude fueled, horizon seen, discipline hammered. You stand ridgetop, not survivor, but sender of light. Extend your torch, worlds await ignition. The eternal fire kindles now. Your legacy flame is the transcendent purpose, turning personal resurrection into communal dawn. Hard times didn't just test you, they tempered you for transmission. Isolation ends here. Your scars, once private shame, become public scripture. This isn't ego's parade, it's soul's mandate, weaving your thread into humanity's tapestry. Evolutionary biology whispers why. Altruism surges post-adversity, per Oxford studies, as oxytocin from trials binds us to uplift kin. 60% of resilient souls mentor post-trauma, birthing exponential healing. You've gathered the tools, now scatter seeds. Meet Jamal, factory foreman's son, whose mill closed, family evicted, rage-fueling street nights. Chapters lived, acceptance steadied him, tiny job hunts compounded, body runs cleared fog, army of mentors rose, but ridgetop he saw share the forge, started corner workshops, youth learning trades, mindsets shifted. Today, centers span cities, cycles broken, his flame lit thousands. Fan yours ablaze today. Reflect ridgetop. What unique fire did my storm birth? Journal gems, resilience recipe, boundary blueprints, pivot prayers, package simply, blog post, video call, coffee confab. No polish needed, raw truth pierces. Jamal began scribbling notes for nephews, shared at barbershops. Audiences swelled, feel the surge. This activates brain's reward loops deeper than solitary wins. Mirror neurons fire witnessing your light land. During my summit, scars from betrayal birthed broadcasts, leave shares of inner rewrites, army expansions. Strangers emailed, your words pulled my torch from mud. Legacy multiplies yours eternally. Deeper, this ignition taps primordial call. Picture campfires of old, elders passing flame-licked tales, survival etched in stars. Your DNA hums, cave art, from near extinction, symphonies from silenced voices. Modern you fulfills hard times curriculum crafted for councils. Jamal's centers host forge nights. Survivors trading chapters, flames leaping communal. Yours sinks. Host a huddle. Tie to your why. Invite army remnants. Research from Yale's Meaning Lab shows givers outlive takers by years. Purpose pulsing post-60. Gratitude anoints your shares. From ashes, this gift. It crowns discipline's iron with communal gold. Ritualize the sending. Legacy altar. Photos of your climb. Pre-storm smile. Mid-fire grit. Now radiant eyes. Flanked by first shares printed. Weekly write, one light extended text encouragement. Post insight. Volunteer hour. Jamal's evolved. Annual summits, flames passed to new bearers. Neglect transmission and torches gutter solo. Ignite and infernos endure generations. It weaves all prior powers. Visions manifest through mentees. Pauses birth profound counsel. Behold, the chain reaction. The lone torchbearer becomes fire lord. Valleys blooming, darkness banished. Jamal keynotes now. Centers self-sustaining. Ripples rewrite history's offspring legacy proof. Strangers rising. You've ignited flames dance boundless. Breathe conflagration now. Lungs blaze with shared light. Legacy eternal. You've conquered the ridge. But journeys circle. Storms return. Flames tested. Carry this blaze into every dawn. sender of unquenchable fire.